It's gone from like 1 hour, 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 15 minutes, 10 minutes. Like,
what's next?
Next, we're going to think about it and it's going to be 3D printed or, I don't know, magically appear.
One late night we couldn't sleep, so we went on a shopping spree. We asked our partners and our peers about the future of retail and what it could be.
Welcome to the Future of Retail podcast. I'm your hungry host, Arif Yahya. And with me today is the co-founder and chief marketing officer of InstaShop, Ioanna Angelidaki. Hi, Ioanna.
Hi, Arif.
Thank you for having us in this beautiful space. I don't think we've ever had a more branded setup than today. So where are we today exactly?
True. We're literally in an InstaShop box, almost.
Exactly. So we're at your offices here in JLT in Dubai. Thank you so much for having us. We're very excited to have you on the podcast.
Me too. Thank you for the invitation.
Thanks. So we've explored so many different themes so far in the podcast, from shopping malls to footwear to luxury retail. This is our first episode all around grocery and quick commerce, and we're gonna really double click on quick commerce and what does it mean and what are the different business models within it. But before we do that, we wanna get to know Ioanna a bit better as a person. So let's pretend you're signing into TikTok today, and I know you're very active on the platform, both as InstaShop and yourself. How would you introduce yourself with a TikTok bio? You know, you're limited to 80 characters, so how would you do it?
First of all, let me tell you, very stressful. 80 characters? How can you describe yourself in such a short phrase? You will tell me yours after.
Limitation spurs creativity.
True.
So when you're limited, I think you get more creative.
True.
So I think you can do it. I trust you.
Okay, let's see. So, figuring things out, one experience at a time, and life, e-commerce, cats and coffee.
Cats and coffee. We good? 80 characters. I think you cheated in the end by cats and coffee, but
I had to put them inside somehow.
You had to squeeze them in.
Yes.
You might even fit an exclamation mark.
Or an emoji at the end, something. Yeah.
Okay, I love it. I love your bio. Thank you for that, Ioanna. We're gonna still want to get a bit of more insight about who you are before we deep dive into quick commerce and InstaShop. So let's play a game, a TikTok challenge.
Cool.
Okay, we have 1 minute on the clock. We have a timer. The clock is ticking. Try not to blink. And I'm going to ask you 10 questions and you have to answer all of them within a minute. You ready?
Let's do it.
Okay. So what do you shop most on InstaShop?
Cat food.
Do you still shop in the supermarket?
Oh my God, no.
How many cats are too many cats?
There's no such thing.
Digital love language, sending GIFs, stickers, or TikToks?
TikToks.
You're stuck on a desert island. There's no connection to the outside world. Somehow InstaShop is still delivering. What's the first order you place?
Very easy answer, hummus.
Hummus?
Yeah.
What's your biggest pet peeve?
Arrogance.
Industry buzzword that pisses you off?
Sexy.
Industry buzzword you're guilty of using?
Sexy.
What language do you wish you can speak better?
Arabic.
Video platform you spend the most time on?
TikTok.
Nice. Are we on time? We're good?
Yeah.
Congratulations. Okay. So, Ioanna, we want to get to know everything about what you think when it comes to quick commerce. So we're going to move into the POV on quick commerce, specifically POV on beyond the quick in quick commerce.
So quicker.
Quicker, I don't know. You tell me what it is.
Okay.
So, all right. So, Ioanna, it's easy now to say that quick com was the next step of evolution of e-commerce. But 10 years ago, did you really think this is where we're going to be today? Did you realize the potential of just how vast this industry is going to be?
Yeah. So we started InstaShop 2015, like 8 years ago, so ish 10 years. I mean, for sure, the e-commerce grocery industry was almost non-existent at the time, right? And the thing is that InstaShop was born out of a trend at the moment, very, very small scale for sure. But what we saw back then is the amount of people calling the shops in order to, order their groceries on the phone. So I would say, yes, we did see there was a trend. And given the fact that we live here, right, like Dubai, UAE, and it's like we're living in the pioneer country of emerging technologies. So we did see it coming, but surely, as far as I'm concerned, I didn't see how much it would evolve within like 5 years of time, right? So 5 years ago or 6 years ago, we're talking about next day delivery, and now we're talking about 10 minutes delivery.
Right. And was it a real consumer need, or was it presented to consumers and then once they discovered that it's possible, now they want it even more? Like, was there a real need for groceries to be delivered that fast to consumers, you feel, in the world? What was the insight?
Back then, looking back at 2015, I think it was a mix. The need was there. Because back then we already had, the typical thing. You go to the supermarket, you get to meet a bit the owner, you see, and you do it yourself, right? Or I can remember back then, my co-founder, John, was living in Dubai, and he was telling me himself, he was calling the supermarket. So the habit was there. But of course, through marketing, you get to convince people a bit more about this. So yeah, it was a mix.
Speaking about convincing people, let's pretend that we can travel back in time to 2015. And our listeners and our viewers basically pretend that they are a supermarket owner here in Dubai. And you don't have a big team yet, like you do today.
Yeah.
And you're on your own and you're with John, and you have to do an elevator pitch. Floor is yours. How would you do it?
So we're going back to
2015,
huh?
elevator pitch. I'm a supermarket owner.
Okay.
Pitch InstaShop to me.
Since I'm going back, can I invest in crypto also?
Please, me too. I wish.
Things were very, very different. It is, the more I think about it, your question, if Ioanna of today can actually go back, with the same knowledge that I have, I mean, for sure I would be more confident, right? And our biggest barrier actually at the time was onboarding retailers.
Yeah.
I would do it the same, though. So I would go again, not to a chain on the first day. I would go to like a, small neighborhood supermarket. Probably the one I used to go shopping, so they know me a bit, you have a bit of relationship. I would find the owner, Arif.
Okay.
And I would be like, hey.
Hey, Ioanna.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Cool. I want to tell you about this platform. So it's a grocery delivery app. It's called InstaShop. We can put your supermarket online tomorrow. It's very, very easy. We're going to handle everything. You're not going to spend anything. Tomorrow you will be online. Do you have many customers calling you on the phone? Like how many you have a day?
I mean, a lot of my customers call me, but I deliver to their houses. Why do I need to be online?
Because first of all, they do call you, right? So you see, people don't want to actually walk into the store. So now imagine, okay, you deliver to Torch Tower, Princess Tower, the shops around your supermarket, right?
I do, yeah.
But imagine people living in, I don't know, further inside the marina actually can see your shop on InstaShop and order. So you're going to be doubling your sales tomorrow.
And who's going to deliver?
You already have the infrastructure, and we are here. We're going to handle the marketing. You don't need to spend anything. We start with your infrastructure, and we will be ready to support you when you won't be able to, handle that much amount of deliveries.
Okay, this sounds good. So you're telling me you can create more consumer demand for me, and you're going to take care of all the marketing?
Yes, for sure.
And I just need to deliver?
Yeah, for sure. And we're also going to provide you the tech to fix your processes. All the process from receiving the order, preparing the order, anything from managing your stock.
So I hear where we were in 2015. Now that we're in 2022, I want us to deep dive a bit more. If you can clarify to me and to our viewers and listeners the different types of business models, because when we say quick commerce, there's sometimes assumption of dark stores. But when we look at your business model, yes, you have, I believe, 2 dark stores in Dubai, but that's not what you fundamentally depend on when it comes to InstaShop. So can we clarify the 2 different go-to-market models?
Yeah, for sure. So when we started 2015 up until 2021, we had a very clear light model. We were just the middleman between user and retailer. So we did not have any last mile. We didn't handle the last mile at all. So the shops delivered. We don't carry our own stock. So it's very clear and on a more light side of a business model. After 2020, and with the surge in demand of orders, we saw that our partners actually need support, right? So because business started scaling, all of a sudden they would deliver, but in order to scale healthy and have happy customers, they needed support in last mile. So today we also have our own fleet on a smaller scale. It's like firefighters in a way, let's say, right? So today we are a hybrid of the two. You mentioned dark stores. We call them like micro-fulfillment centers. They have a different value proposition. So it's not the same as a supermarket for a user. You're not going to get the same product that you find on your neighborhood supermarket. We carry bundles. Bundles in lower prices. So it's like, stocking up, let's say, on anything. The other model that I think we've been seeing a lot recently, which at least so far, Q-commerce depends a lot on it. It's the dark stores that they carry, anything from the stock, their fleet. It's
the best-selling SKUs usually, not the entire assortment of a traditional supermarket.
I mean, you would need to have a much larger space to do that, right?
And usually these dark stores, the way they are positioned within the city is in closer proximity to the neighborhoods they deliver to.
Exactly.
Versus warehouses that are traditionally a bit in the outskirts of the city. And that's usually what helps in the quicker delivery time, correct?
For sure. So we would be talking about, I don't know, I think that at most like 4,000, 5,000 SKUs in a dark store.
So in terms of the business models, really, when we talk about quick commerce, we're talking about the reliance on delivering these best-selling SKU assortments within a location spot that is geographically closer to the trade area that it delivers to. And a different business model has more assortments, has a bigger portfolio to shop from, but is not necessarily promising the 15 minutes. And that's currently where most of the InstaShop business is in. Am I correct?
For sure.
Okay, so Ioanna, when we talk about speed, when we say quick commerce, people expect speed. The word speed is very relative. So now it seems to be implying 15-minute delivery. But I know that when I shop on InstaShop, specifically on grocery, I don't necessarily expect delivery within 15 minutes, and nor do you necessarily promise that. So what do we mean by quick commerce, and what is the real benefit basically? Is it speed, or is it convenience, or is it something else?
It has been a real buzzword, Q-commerce and speed,
right?
Yes, for the past couple of years. It's gone from 1 hour, 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 15 minutes, 10 minutes.
What's next?
Next, we're going to think about it, and it's going to be 3D printed, or I don't know, magically appear on the table. But it's an interesting question. 1 year ago, we did this survey with Delivery Hero and the MENA region, if I'm not wrong, about the perception of the user over exactly what you said. What does fast delivery mean in terms of grocery delivery specifically? And the answer was within 1 hour. Anything within 1 hour, and the mind of the user means fast. I'm happy about it. Maybe if we do the same survey again today, it might be less. I don't know, but we can catch up maybe in a couple of years and, have the same discussion. But yes, I think it depends on a lot of things, right? Throughout these 7 years, we've had a lot of learnings that we were also surprised, because if you ask me maybe as a user, on a Saturday morning that I want to make breakfast and suddenly I realize I'm out of eggs and I'm already preparing the rest, of course, delivery in 10 minutes would be amazing for those the specific instant, right? But we've had a lot of cases. This is our business model, right? Of users that specifically choose certain brands. Either that's a product brand, but most importantly, retailer. Like they want these cookies from this British supermarket. If I don't have them, then they're just gonna, go walk into the supermarket in order to shop them. Or they prefer to shop vegetables from that supermarket because, I don't know, they trust the brand.
Right.
So I believe it's a mix. The third thing that has been very important for us is customer service. We want the user to feel comfortable. Yes, we are automating processes for sure, right? But at the end of the day, we want the user, if they need to contact a person, they can talk with a human, at the end of the line. And we've been getting a lot of feedback over exactly our customer service. So I think it's a mix. This is the balance that's missing in Q-commerce. How do you combine fast, 10 minutes? Yeah, sure, 10 minutes. Fast, along with the vast network of retailers that's already out there.
That makes a lot of sense because it's also different by category. Like today, when it comes to grocery, an hour is still very fast. Like if I get in my car, drive to the supermarket, shop, put all the groceries in the trunk, come back home, it's anyway going to take me an hour inevitably. So delivering within an hour still should be justified as quick. Like I personally don't fully understand that why everything needs to go towards 15 minutes. It's cool if it does, but with that, we're both business people. We understand that the business model changes completely. So we talked already about dark stores. The way it works is completely different. The number of SKUs available there are completely different. But I like what you talked about here because it seems that it's more than just speed. That customer convenience as a big umbrella theme, yes, speed is part of it, but also the thoroughness of assortment is equally important. So how many supermarkets do you have today on InstaShop?
We have more than 7,000.
7,000?
Yeah.
In how many markets?
Yeah. 7 markets.
7,000, 7 markets.
And 7 years, which is a nice,
And I believe that even though they don't all necessarily generate the same volume of transactions for you, they're all equally important to be on the platform because they serve different customer needs, right?
For sure. Some supermarkets, for example, the small ones that usually you find at the bottom of your tower, as an example, they will deliver to you within 15 minutes, right?
Right.
But their assortment will be smaller. So if you're shopping on a Friday evening and you want your chips fast, you're going to use that supermarket. If you're shopping for your weekly needs, you might choose another one, like a big chain that you trust. So we're trying to cater to all the needs of the user.
I feel like so jealous because you must be sitting on a wealth of insights, of like shopper insights, and that's always like super interesting for anyone in our field. What is the most strange or interesting kind of insight that you got about people shopping for groceries in the region?
The thing that was most shocking for me was in 2020 when there was this surge of demand that we were trying to accommodate with along with all our partner supermarkets. And back then I was doing customer service. All the marketing team was trying to support. So I was talking to a lot of users on the phone, right? And it was quite a stressful period. So many users, like from my experience, I don't know, from the phone calls I got, more than 80%, I would say, at the time, I would call them and say, listen, we're so sorry, your order is late, estimation time is like, it's 3 hours from now, but, there's this supermarket at the bottom of your tower that actually can deliver within half an hour, which was crazy at the time. And they would tell me, it's okay, I will wait. Or some other cases, it would be next day delivery. And they would say, no, it's okay. I would wait for that specific store to deliver.
Because they wanted a specific product or they wanted...
No, because of the brand of the specific retailer.
Even if the product was the same product?
Yes, same product, for
retailer.
Sure. Which is very surprising.
That's intriguing.
Yes.
Yeah, that's intriguing. Specifically if you're looking for the same SKU and it's a similar price.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
Interesting. Shopper insights is something you never get tired of in the region. So You also mentioned customer service. So let's use that as a bit of a segue. You mentioned that you were doing phone calls yourself as well with your customers. So one of the things, and please correct me if I'm wrong first. So would I be correct to say that InstaShop also plays as an aggregator within different industries, that you're an aggregator of different supermarkets and an aggregator of different pet care stores as well?
Yes, a marketplace, yes.
A marketplace.
Yeah.
So as a marketplace or an aggregator, today, one of the things that usually doesn't always come with that specific industry is usually best-in-class customer service. Like in a lot of the marketplaces, you can't pick up the phone and call someone. Like if you're ordering a ride, for example, on some platforms, you just need to type your way until you get some sort of an automated response. And usually that's the case because companies want to scale. And, as you scale, obviously, human interaction becomes sometimes an impediment. You're not going down that route. You're making a different choice. You were doing phone calls yourself less than 2 years ago. So what is the logic there? Like, do you believe customer service is a barrier to scale, or do you believe like this is absolutely necessary given your business model?
I think there might be, a misconception when it comes to what scale means. Again, I think the misconception lies on speed.
Right.
How fast? And it's understandable, right? Exactly because of all the investment that this industry has seen within these 2 years, all these stories about unicorns and this and that. We started 7 years ago. The way we built our company, the way we grow, has always been hyper locally. We start small, we scale slowly. We check, are we sustainable today? How are our unit economics today? Then we take the next step, then bigger and bigger and bigger. And every day there's a question, right? How am I doing? Am I good? Okay. In terms of the health of the company, right? Because that's what's also important at the end of the day. Customer service is part of this question. We want to keep it. We think it's important for the user to be able to talk to a human, right?
But it is a cost for you.
It is a cost for sure. You need a balance. You can automate certain things. For sure, you can automate simpler queries or questions that could be about my order. So you need to deep dive, of course, see what kind of messages I'm getting, what is this about, how can I tackle this automatically, and then you understand how many people you need in order to address the important things. And I think this is why, also this is the reason why retention is so high, and it has been high almost from day one. We had some challenges, of course, at the beginning, right? But our retention has been very interestingly high, and I think this is because we are investing in customer service.
Because you minimize frustration.
Yes.
And part of it, as you said, could be automated. Like when I place an order on InstaShop today and not all the items are available, there's an automated step where I get suggestions of other products to choose from. But at the same time, if something does go wrong, or if I need to communicate with someone, I know that option is there and there will be a human being that I can correspond with.
Definitely, yes.
Okay, so interesting. So you have scaled already, and I assume you want to continue scaling. Can you talk to us a bit about scaling, not just across markets and within markets, but across categories? So you started with groceries. Today, what do you offer?
Today we have more than 20 different categories.
What are some of them?
I would say mostly, I'm thinking now about me as a user, that I can find everything I need on InstaShop. Anything from, of course, groceries, pharmacy, pet supplies for the cat, anything up to stationery, makeup. So, yeah.
Okay, food delivery.
Food we started as well, yes.
When did you start?
We're trying to create a super app, basically. Slowly.
It's already a super app in a way, right? Like when you're talking about 20 categories.
True. It's just that each category, it's a different beast. in a way, right? We started with groceries. There are a lot of tech innovations we had to come up with in order to tackle. You mentioned substitution.
Yes.
Right? This is something we developed maybe 16. So from almost the beginning, right? And makeup delivery is a different thing. Fresh fruits and vegetables is very different. So each category needs its own investigation in a way.
So Ioanna, you are the co-founder together with John, but you're also the chief marketing officer. When you launch 20 categories, how do you go about marketing? Because strategy, by definition, is a choice. So you have to make a choice. Realistically, you're not going to put the same media budget or marketing budget towards 20 different categories. So is your approach more building the brand of InstaShop as the mother brand or as the marketplace? Or do you focus on one or two specific categories?
Yeah. We've tried a lot of things. Also, I learn as I go, right?
Yeah.
So, and it is exactly, I think, because it's my baby and we launch a new category, I'm like, let's promote it out there. But it can be confusing.
Yeah.
It can be confusing if you do mass marketing and you talk about pet shop delivery, and then next month, same, but for pharmacy. What we learned is that we always have to stick with a clean message. InstaShop's core business is still groceries. So we're always focusing on that. And then we choose a couple of the other sections to enrich, let's say, the message.
Okay, understood. Yeah. And back to your CMO role, like one of the big discussions within the industry is how much do I spend on performance versus on brand building or on branding. You are a digital native platform. So traditionally, within your industry, the focus is always on driving performance. As a CMO, what are your thoughts on the importance of brand building, though?
Yeah, true. We've had to change our marketing strategy many times, and the market changes so fast. So for the first 5 years, I would say we were very performance focused. Like we were taking decisions as per the user acquisition cost.
Okay.
And that's it, which means, very clean performance ads. Today, and as the competitive landscape is changing so much, it is very important that you invest money on branding as well. So today we've changed our strategy. So we have a healthy mix between the two.
Because you mentioned retention already, right?
Yeah.
So for you to build a brand that people stick to and keep coming to and love and have an affinity towards, it's not only about performance marketing. Even though we love performance marketing, it's a big chunk of what we do as a retail and e-commerce team at TikTok. But we believe in balance, like a healthy balance between building a brand and ensuring that you are driving conversions at scale and remarketing towards the right audiences at the same time.
For sure.
Okay, so Ioanna, let's talk a little bit about competition. So the landscape is getting busier and there are more people trying to do what you do or doing a different version of what you're doing today. How do you build moats around your castle, basically? What are the barriers that will protect your business from ongoing and increasing competition within the landscape that you work in?
I mean, you can't have barriers.
Barriers to entry, basically.
True, it's impossible. But so the past 2 years, we've been seeing, on the news, so much investment going into grocery, quick commerce, and so many players. And many players from industries that have nothing to do with e-commerce or groceries specifically. And for example, food delivery has been around for so long.
Right.
So long.
In different forms.
Yes, for sure. But groceries is something new and it's something so different. It might sound easy. Okay, let's go. We go with deliver groceries. We're gonna divide Dubai into blocks. We're going to create 5, 10, 15 dark stores, get our last mile, our fleet, 3,000 SKUs, and that's it, mass marketing. It's probably gonna go well, If you invest a lot in marketing and you're fast and somehow you minimize challenges, yes, it might go well actually. But then 1 year after, let's say me that I created this new business, I'm gonna sit in theory and ask, okay, how are we? How are our unit economics? Is the company profitable? Is it sustainable? Can I scale? Can I do the same thing next year and 5 years from today? Most probably no. So the real question is, for us, it's not about barrier. It's not exactly competing, right? It is the market is changing, okay? But it's about what the user wants. We need to keep improving what we see that we might be doing wrong, what we see that is challenging to us, and we keep doing. We are here for the long run, actually, and that means that our company.
So are we.
Yeah. Exactly. So the company needs to be sustainable. The company needs to be chosen by the user. So it's not about all the other players. It's about actually our consumers.
Okay. So you're not focused on competition, but you're focused on driving innovation by focusing on customer insights and shopper insights like the ones you were mentioning earlier.
Yes, for sure. And how the market is switching, right?
Right. And continuing to build a profitable business, testing out different models. You mentioned, yes, we could do more dark stores, but yes, we'll also service shoppers through supermarkets themselves. You're going to continue expanding categories, but you know what your priority is. And today it's grocery. So you focus on that, driving a healthy balance between performance and brand building. So balance seems to be the name of the game.
True.
Okay, Ioanna, I really love everything you've shared with us. It's super insightful under this POV because really it's not just about quick. It's about what's really beyond quick and quick commerce. And it seems like this is a very healthy business. You know what your priorities are and you're going to drive innovation by focusing on what your shoppers and what your customers need. That said, I have a problem. I have a confession to share with you. So my parents live in Lebanon, and we've managed to get through 6 episodes of this podcast without saying hi, mom, but hi, mom. So they love InstaShop. Like for them, it's the biggest innovation. But I'm not sure like they have fully yet realized your business model in terms of how you make money. Because when they come to Dubai, they both have InstaShop downloaded on their app. And they are in charge of the kitchen and like I can't get close. And they're going to order everything. So I'm like, Mom, Dad, do you want to go to the supermarket? No, we're ordering on InstaShop. And this is true. Like I'm not making this up. This is true. You can ask them. So they order the first batch. And then I hear, we forgot the eggs. Oh, no worry. Okay, I'm going to order it again. And then they order the eggs again. And then they forget another item and then they order it again. So within 1 day in Dubai, they can easily place 5, 6, 7 different orders on InstaShop. Do you have a message to my parents?
Listen, next time they come, you can show them because they can place an order and then there's a button at the bottom that says, I forgot this item. So
right. But the problem is that works as long as your order is not delivered yet.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but like in our case, the order is delivered already and then we're placing another one. So, okay, we're not going to talk about your delivery fees. We promise you this, but yeah.
No, but we love your parents.
Yeah, they're the ideal customers, I think, for you. All right, thank you, Ioanna. This was POV on Beyond Quick in quick commerce. If you still have a bit of energy, we can play a few games together.
Let's play.
Cool. So, Ioanna, I've followed you on TikTok. We're friends there. I know you're familiar with our platform. When you see a video on TikTok, what do you usually do with it?
Well, sometimes I heart it.
If you like it.
Yes, for sure. Comment or share it.
Or you can share it someone. Exactly. Yeah. So I'm going to read out few stats for you that are from the industry. And I'm going to ask you to treat them as if they're TikToks. Okay?
Let's
so you know what to do with them. Online grocery retail is expected to capture 10% of the total grocery GMV in the United Arab Emirates by 2023.
Heart.
In the past 6 months, 40% of shoppers in the United Arab Emirates used on-demand quick commerce channels.
Yeah, I would heart. And I can share it also, right?
Who'd you share it with?
I would share it with John. It's a very interesting insight.
Your co-founder and
Yes,
CEO.
Yes.
1 in 2 consumers say that quick delivery and customer support are their main online shopping decision drivers.
Ha!
You talked about this.
I'm going to share it with Reddy. Reddy's our head of customer service, along with a million things that he does. And I will pair it with maybe a clapping emoji.
Great. Shoppers would spend 50% more to conveniently get what they need.
Yeah. I would heart it for sure. I don't know. I would comment an emoji like the surprised one. The thing is, I'm in this industry, so of course this is the basis, right? But it's still, because also I come from Greece, a very different market, and then I come here and I see that your lifestyle, your work, and how fast we go, it defines everything else we do, our shopping experience, and so on. So users being eager to spend 50% more just to have it at home in a convenient time or fast, I don't know, I still find it crazy.
I love that you've taken this game to a whole different level. You heart, you comment. So
I'm ready.
I love the energy, Ioanna. InstaShop collaborates with over 7,000 retail partners and has a base of over 500,000 monthly active users.
Heart. And we're growing.
You're growing. Today you're in the GCC, but you're also
Yes.
in Egypt, I believe.
Yes, and Greece.
In Greece and in my home country, in
Yes,
Lebanon. TikTok users' spend represents $633 million on online grocery sales annually in the United Arab Emirates.
I would share this with Nicole, our head of performance. So, she keeps an eye on audience targeting.
72% of TikTok users have bought a grocery product after discovering content or seeing an ad on TikTok.
Yeah. This is the power of content creation and influencers. So Divya, who's handling our influencers, is going to share it to her.
Share.
Yeah.
57% of TikTok users discover grocery brands on TikTok and are 1.2 times more likely to purchase them versus other digital platforms.
Yeah, I'll heart it, because if I share it with them again, they will be like, okay, we got it, TikTok.
Heart.
We're on it.
More than 40% of people are planning to buy groceries in the upcoming Black Friday or Insta Friday.
Insta Friday.
Heart, share, or comment?
I'm going to heart.
Heart.
And I'm going to comment something. Let me comment something.
Okay, comment.
I'm going to comment something huge is coming. And then...
This Insta Friday.
Yeah.
Out of the total gross volume sold in a year, Black Friday, just a 1-week event, takes up more than 17%.
Yeah, I would heart that.
All right, that was Heart Share Comment. Thank you, Ioanna, for playing along and for
Thank you.
redefining our game and taking it to the next level.
It's cool.
So what is a TikTok podcast without sound? Because we are a sound on platform. You don't really make TikToks without sound. We're going to do something. We're going to play a few sound bites now from Ioanna. Some of them you've said in the past. One of them you've actually said earlier in this podcast. And we're going to ask you to contextualize them a little bit and give us the gist of what you meant by each sound bite. Sounds good?
Yes.
Okay.
We're here for the long run.
We're here for the long run. You said this earlier today.
Yeah,
and I told you
right?
so
I
are we
did.
as TikTok.
Yes. Yeah.
So how do you give us a bit more flavor on we're here for the long run? What's the long run?
It's a marathon, basically. That has so many meanings. Okay. I mean, for sure, when it comes to us, I think it's clear that we're here for the long run. I mean, InstaShop was acquired 2 years back from Delivery Hero. We're here. We're trying to grow it. So the goal is to actually, see it's our baby in a way, grow. The same phrase, the meaning behind it, it's exactly that this is not a sprint, right? You don't...
it's a marathon.
Yes, exactly. And it is about the long run. It is about where will we be 5 years from today? How do we want the company to look like? Is it sustainable and so on? So because we see there's a lot of talk about unicorns and get there fast. It's not about that.
Awesome. And Ioanna, acquisition is just the starting point, right? It's the beginning. It's not the end of a story, right? That started in the region. Most of the team is still with InstaShop even after the Delivery Hero acquisition, if I believe.
We're here, yes, all of us.
Okay, sounds good. So you're here for the long run.
Giving back is close to our hearts.
Oh, it is.
Giving back is close to our hearts.
Yeah.
Tell us more.
You watch Friends?
Yes.
In one episode, Joey said there is no selfless good deed, right?
Yeah.
Which is, it's kind of, how it feels. So we started 2020. We activated this section about donations when a lot of people were struggling and so on. And we have it live until today. We have many amazing local charities on board. But why I mentioned the snippet from Friends is because we started back then. We started overnight. We wanted to somehow support, let our users, open the door for our users to support. And we were working through charities, but we were also talking directly with some people who were asking help from InstaShop. And back then we were actually creating the boxes of products and shipping them through charities and directly. And the love that we got back, it was like, this is yes, you do it, you want to help the community, but the love you get back, it's amazing.
This is the first time I associate social responsibility with Joey Tribbiani,
Yeah.
but now it makes sense. But after you explained it, it makes sense.
In a weird way, it does, because you get so much love.
Right. So let's move to the last soundbite from Ioanna.
Failing is a prerequisite.
Failing is a prerequisite.
That's kind of harsh.
You've said
I
it.
said that, huh? I mean, for us, it was, right? Different startups, different entrepreneurs might have a different journey. But for us, it felt like challenges and hard fails because we took, we paused and we learned. Those were the things that kept us going. These, steep learning curves, that was like a stepping stone. I feel like if we did not have these challenges, I don't know, maybe we wouldn't be here today.
And Ioanna, when we talk about failure, usually the way it's romanticized within the industry is that a business person has one big failure and then they learn from it and then it's just upward trajectory from there on. In my experience, it's not really the case. I tell my team, I fail every day. So many things I fail at, and it's okay. As long as we register what are we learning from this failure, it's okay. Our lives and our careers are more like jungle gyms versus just ladders, as they say. So it's okay to fail as long as you take something out of it and pivot and are able to move forward and you're humble about it.
For sure. Yeah.
So in your case, it's not only one big failure.
Oh, no.
Right? So
Every day. I mean, like you said. And without the challenges, you won't have learnings.
Right. Yeah.
How could it be? Everything cannot be easy. But yes, you just need to focus on the goal.
Just like I failed to tell my parents that it's okay to place one order on InstaShop per day. But yeah, we're going to continue to learn and move on. So Ioanna, one last game. We're going to play Roulette of the Future. We believe that the future is made of horizons. The future doesn't always imply 20 years from now. The future starts today, it's tomorrow, it's next year. So we want to understand what you believe different topics will look like in the future. But what we're going to ask you to do is click on the roulette, and depending on the year or time frame in which we land, just help us visualize and imagine with us the specific topic where it is.
Okay, great. So you traveled me back to 2015,
backwards,
and now we're going
into the future.
Okay.
Back to the future.
Yes. So I just tap.
You tap. The first topic is the quick commerce industry in MENA. And you landed 5 years from now. So 2027.
I think the competitive landscape will be cleaner. We're going to see less competitors at the time, but more structured, more powerful ones.
Interesting. I would have expected the opposite.
Yeah.
Because there are so many competitors coming into the landscape. Why do you think it's going to be less?
It's a matter of survival. I think 5 years are, good enough for the first big challenges to come along.
That's assertive. I like that. So our next topic is InstaShop, your baby.
Oh, let's do it.
InstaShop next year,
Next year,
2023.
which is around the corner.
Yes.
Of next year. I see us improving. We have a few things cooking on the side, so those will be launching. So there are some cool things coming
Anything
up.
you can tell us?
Not exactly. I can say something. I can say one is about the giving back vertical. We have something very close to our hearts that we're trying to do.
Okay.
So yeah, there are exciting things coming up next year.
All right. The last topic, Black Friday or, forgive me, Insta Friday.
Yeah, it's very big.
Insta Friday next month. So this Insta
Next?
Friday.
Oh, wow.
So Insta Friday 2022. What can you share with us?
We're ready. We say we're ready. The stress always starts happening. Like we prepare, everything is on track, and then 1 week, 10 days before, it's starting to get into you. So this month, I see a lot of hustle coming up. We have a great campaign. Since I'm on the marketing side, I love our communication. I love our creative, so I'm very excited.
Nice. We're very excited as well, and we're very excited to see your campaign on TikTok.
Yes.
We always talk about Black Friday as this big month, and we're talking as a team earlier about the stress that comes with what we call Mad November, because it's not only Black Friday. There's Singles Day, there's Cyber Monday, there's White Friday, Yellow Friday, the entire week leading up to sales, Insta Friday with InstaShop. So there are so many campaigns happening, and for us as a team, this is the biggest moment of the year, basically this month of November.
Sure.
But we were saying that it's equally important to enjoy the ride and have fun. What we've learned from our partners, such as yourselves, is that yes, you work maybe longer hours, you work harder during this month, but you celebrate as well in a bigger way and a more massive way, and you tend to have fun more. Does this apply as well to InstaShop?
Definitely. It's exactly like you said. Long hours, yes, but with snacks and with music, so it's a mix.
Nice. Okay. So Ioanna, unfortunately, we're nearing the end of our podcast. I still have just one question for you, which is reply to comment. I have a question to you from our TikTok community, and I'm gonna ask you to answer it, and then we can wrap up. So, Ioanna, if you can travel back in time to when you were 18 years old, what advice would you give to your younger self? So much time travel today.
Yeah, right. I love it. 18 years old, so I just finished school. I was very confused back then. I did not have this, I want to be a vet. I want to be, a lawyer. There was nothing. It was blank, and I was so stressed at the time. So I think I would go back and just pat me at the back a bit and tell me that it's okay. No stress. You're going to find your spot. Just keep trying things and explore.
That's so nice. That's so kind. That's very different than what I would do, but I love that. I'm learning kindness from you. To give yourself a pat on the back if you travel back in time and tell yourself it's okay, it's going to be okay.
Relax a bit.
Chill, it's going to be okay. It's better than what you think it is.
True.
Right? Nice. Honestly, Ioanna, I've really enjoyed our conversation. Since we are at InstaShop, how about we use InstaShop, order some snacks, because I feel we can go on talking about this topic all night. So if it's okay with you, maybe we can spend a bit more time. No, this is not happening. Alkis, you're not a pizza. So Alkis is the client partner on Quick Commerce. But maybe we can. So Ioanna's having pizza. So this always tends to happen towards the end of the podcast. But
Πολύ καλή.
This,
Άκη, ευχαριστώ.
this is Ioanna Angelidaki, the co-founder and chief marketing officer of InstaShop. It's been a pleasure having you with us today
You
at
want
the
some
Future
pizza?
of Retail podcast. As for me, I will see you in another version of the future in the future. Thank you so much, Ioanna. Thanks a lot.